Hey guys, hope you all are doing pretty good. I am back with another book review, another book recommendation, and the book is titled as The Butcher, The Bloodthirsties, Book 2 by author Brett O'Connor. So let's get started. It is simply a razor sharp thriller that cuts deep and keeps you guessing. The Butcher is a standout entry in the crime thriller genre, gritty, intelligent, and pulse pounding. With its brooding atmosphere, layered mystery, and a protagonist worth rooting for, Brett O'Connor delivers a story that lingers long after the last page. Whether you are new to the series or a returning reader, this is a blood chilling ride you won't want to miss. So let's get into the review. Brett O'Connor returns with The Butcher, the second installment of the series The Bloodthirsties, and it is clear from the opening pages that this is no sophomore slump. Packed with psychological intensity, rural dread, and a haunting sense of urgency, The Butcher follows Special Agent Jim, and he is pulled from a rare moment of peace into a dark and tangled hunt for a killer unlike any he has faced before. Now leading a specialized FBI unit tasked with taking down the country's most dangerous murders, Jim is no stranger to violence or depravity, but the author smartly avoids turning him into the usual emotionally hollow agent archetype. Instead, Jim is sharp, conflicted, and surprisingly introspective, especially when an unsettling call from an old acquaintance draws him into a small Kentucky town soaked in secrets. What starts as a reluctant investigation quickly spirals into a chilling game of cat and mouse. The titular Butcher is no mindless predator. His kills are calculated, his purpose murky but deliberate. As Jim begins peeling back the layers of this sleepy southern town, the author masterfully blends tension with atmospheric detail and a cast of morally ambiguous locals. Everyone seems to know something, and no one is telling the truth. One of the novel's greatest strengths lies in its setting. The rural Kentucky backdrop is not just a location, but it becomes a character in itself. The sense of isolation, being watched, and of long held grudges bubbling beneath the surface gives the story a simmering paranoia that echoes throughout every interaction Jim has. The townspeople are written with nuance, their friendliness laced with an unsettling undertone, their alliances fragile, and their motivations often self serving. The author's prose is tight and cinematic, balancing swift pacing with deeper psychological beats. Just rely on gore or shock value, it learns into the slow burn terror of a killer with a clear end game. The twists are smartly placed, rarely predictable, and always rooted in character development rather than cheap tricks. Jim's own inner struggles, his need for justice versus his growing cynicism, his wariness of old enemies and hidden agendas add a strong emotional current to the otherwise procedural plot. This complexity makes The Butcher not only a gripping thriller but also a reflection on how trauma, power, and secrets shape both individuals and communities. Alright, get your hands on the book as soon as possible and happy reading!